On October 7, there was a soldier by the name of Matan, and he was in an APC vehicle together with 7 of his soldiers. They were in kibbutz Nir Am, near the Gaza border, and there was fierce fighting with Hamas terrorists that had infiltrated their base, that area. And suddenly, a terrorist threw a grenade into the APC vehicle that they're in, and there was no way out. The grenade was about to basically kill them all. And Matan saw the grenade and he jumped onto his soldiers. And the last words that he said were, "I tried to do everything to protect the people of Israel." That is how Matan was murdered, saving the lives of his fellow soldiers. What a hero. You know, there was once a senior commander this year who says, I need to apologize to the younger generation because we thought the younger generation is all into their iPhones and their iPads and they're selfish and they're lazy and they won't be able to do anything. And we saw that in the last 16 months, this young generation rose up like lions to fight, to protect the people of Israel and the people who care about freedom all over the world. Where do you find a nation like this with Matans who are able to have what's called Mesirut Nefesh, sacrifice their lives? This is a generation the Jewish people are compared to as a lion crouching. But make no mistake, when you wake that lion up, he jumps up and does what's necessary. Because we all have a neshama. Neshama is a soul. It's a part of God. Deep inside of us, we have that part of God, which is so powerful. And you just need to ignite it. And it's there. And this is with everything. A Jew has a deep, deep connection with God. No matter if you feel it, you don't feel it, you're aware of it, you're not aware of it, it's there. And you're a crouching lion. And when the time comes, you will jump up. Listen to these words from Douglas Murray. Check us out.
And when I returned to the UK in December, I bumped into a politician friend from Westminster and I was extolling the virtues of the IDF, with whom I've been embedded for much of the last year in Gaza and Lebanon and elsewhere. And she said to me, "Isn't it remarkable that extraordinary events throw up these extraordinary people?" I was singing the praises of the amazing young men and women of the IDF as they battle the death cults of Hamas and Hezbollah. And this politician said to me, "It is amazing, isn't it, Douglas, that this young generation has stepped up to the challenge, has answered that question of whether or not their generation is fit for the civilizational challenge." And she said, "It's extraordinary the way in which events throw up people." And I said to her, there's a tweak we need to do to that analysis, which is it's not just extraordinary events that throw up extraordinary people. It's extraordinary events when they come up against people who have been extraordinarily well cultured. And what I mean by that is that it's not enough that a civilization or a generation comes across a defining moment. It is that when that happens, you know what you're fighting for. It is that you know you're fighting for your faith, for your family, for your people, for your tradition, for your way of life, and very much more. Clever people can sometimes say very stupid things, and in a recent interview, Yuval Noah Harari, who wrote *Sapiens*, was asked if there was any book that he would recommend that people could read in the present to understand the future that's coming, and he said no, he couldn't think of such a book because change was going to be so incredibly fast. And I said a couple of days later at an event in Jerusalem, that's flat out wrong. Change has always happened. And if you want a book to guide you, how about having the book that guided your forebears?
We're certainly living in historic times. This is a period in history which will be marked forever by the sacrifices that our IDF soldiers are making and have made. It is our honor and privilege to have founded the organization called Belev Echad, helping wounded IDF soldiers. We have 1,800 wounded soldiers in our Belev Echad family, taking care of all their needs. These people, as the Lubavitcher Rebbe used to call them, they are not handicapped soldiers. They're not nechei tzahal. They are exceptional soldiers. And when you look at them, you realize how incredibly exceptional they are. Yes, they may be missing a hand or a leg or a finger, or yes, they may have trauma, but they have such power, such resilience. They know what they're fighting for. This is the secret weapon that we have. Am Yisrael Chai.